In the huge city, there was a boy who lived with his mom, dad, and older sister. The family was poor, so they had to move into a small apartment. The boy didn't mind, though. He was more excited than anything because now he would have his own bedroom. He was so happy to finally have a place where he could read his comics in peace. He unpacked all of his toys and then put on his favorite shirt and pants. It was time to test out his new bed. As soon as he lay down, he closed his eyes and imagined what it would be like to have an entire comic book world to himself. In no time, he was fast asleep. The next morning, he woke up feeling refreshed. He jumped out of bed and went to the window. But as he looked outside, he noticed something strange. All of the buildings were gone. Instead, he saw trees, hills, and even a river. What happened? Had he been transported to another place overnight? He quickly ran downstairs. He looked out the front door and gasped. There was no sign of the huge city. Instead, there were animals everywhere. A deer walked past him. Then a rabbit hopped up to him and spoke. "Hello, welcome to the enchanted forest." "Where am I?" asked the boy. "Why does nobody seem to be scared of me?" The rabbit explained that this was the human world. It turned out that the boy had stumbled upon a magic portal while playing. The portal was disguised as a manhole cover, but it was actually a gateway between worlds. The rabbit warned him that if he didn't leave immediately, he might never get back home. "Can't I stay just a little longer? I want to see what else is here," pleaded the boy. Just then, a girl appeared from behind a tree. She was riding a majestic horse. "Don't listen to him," she said. "This world can be your home forever. You won't have to worry about being poor or hungry anymore. I'm Princess Hazel, and this is my forest. Come with me, and we can rule over everything you see." The boy had never met anyone as cool as Hazel before, and she was right. Life was hard enough in the human world. Why not try to live somewhere else for a while? They rode through the woods until they reached a clearing where a castle stood. It was made entirely of wood. "Do you like it?" asked Hazel. "I've never seen anything like it." "My father built it after he found the portal," replied the princess. "He wanted to rule both the human and magical worlds. All he needed was a powerful artifact called the Dragon's Tooth, which could grant its user incredible power." Before the boy could ask any questions, the princess raced away, urging him to follow her. They entered a cave. Inside sat a large stone egg. "What's that?" asked the boy. Hazel said it was the dragon's tooth. Suddenly, the egg began to glow, and a dragon emerged. The sight was terrifying. As the dragon flew toward them, it roared, "Who has disturbed my sleep? Who wants to challenge me?" Hazel stepped forward and declared that she wished to use the dragon's tooth. "Very well," said the dragon, "but you must earn it. Take this scroll and return with a potion made from the tears of a mermaid. That will prove your worthiness." The dragon handed her a piece of paper and then flew off. Hazel wasn't happy, but she knew that if she wanted the dragon's tooth, she'd have to do whatever the dragon asked. She told the boy that he'd have to go find the mermaid Tears. So off he went. After walking for a long time, he came across a beautiful lake. Sitting on a rock by the water was a mermaid. She was crying. "Excuse me," said the boy. "Are those real tears?" The mermaid nodded. "Why are you crying?" "Because I lost my voice, and without it, I can't sing or speak." The boy felt bad for her. He wanted to help. "You can cry as much as you want," he said. "No one is around to hear you." She looked at him in surprise. "No one ever comes out here." "How did you find me?" "I followed the path from the cave," he admitted. "I need some of your tears for a potion. Would you mind?" The mermaid was suspicious at first, but eventually agreed to give him 3 of her tears. He thanked her and hurried back to the lake. When he arrived, Hazel was nowhere to be found. He looked around until he spotted her talking to the dragon. They were both laughing. "I thought you'd never come back," Hazel said when she saw him. I got the tears. She took the vial and poured a few drops onto the scroll. It glowed brightly, then vanished. The cave rumbled and shook. The dragon let out a loud roar. "The dragon's tooth is mine!" As he lunged for the princess, the boy grabbed her hand and pulled her close. "Let's run!" Together they fled the cave. Behind them, they heard the dragon crash to the ground. They ran as fast as they could. Hazel suddenly tripped. She fell down and scraped her knee. The boy helped her up. "We can't stop," he said. "We have to keep going." Hazel knew that he was right. She thanked him, and they continued running. After a while, they came across a river. The only way across was a rickety old bridge. As they stepped onto it, it began to shake violently. One of the planks broke. Hazel screamed as she fell into the water. The boy didn't hesitate. He jumped in after her. When they surfaced, the current was strong, and Hazel was being swept away. He reached out and grabbed her hand. "Hold on!" He managed to pull her to the shore, but he himself was exhausted, and the current had taken his strength. Hazel quickly realized what was happening. Without thinking twice, she dragged him out of the water and onto the grass. "Thanks," he whispered. "We need to go now." Hazel nodded. Together, they made their way through the enchanted forest. Eventually, they heard the sound of running water. Ahead, they saw the same river from earlier. Beside it was a sparkling portal. They had returned to the manhole cover. Hazel was sad that their time in the enchanted forest was coming to an end, but she knew that she couldn't stay there forever. She thanked the boy for all of his help. Just then, the ground began to shake again. The dragon. It had survived the fall and was now looking for revenge. Before he could attack them, the portal opened and light shot out. Hazel remembered what the dragon had said. The dragon's tooth belonged to whoever was worthy. The boy was the only one who hadn't tried to claim the tooth for himself. He was the only one who was truly worthy. Hazel handed him the scroll and said, "Take this. You need it." Confused, he unfolded it and held it out. A bright light surrounded him. When it faded, he was holding the dragon's tooth. It glowed with magical energy. At that moment, the dragon pounced, but when he saw the tooth, he stopped in his tracks. "You are worthy," he said in a deep voice. "What shall I call you?" "You can call me Spike," replied the boy. "So what happens now?" "Now," said the dragon, "you have the power to make your deepest wishes come true." The end. If you like this story, check out the next one.